Today's conspiracy theories, tomorrow's headlines. Most are still asleep and I ain't talking about no bedtime. The truth is not a Google search, you need to get your head right. The Greek goddess of illusion was called Media and I'm not a coincidence theorist, I look for thread lines. Smashing every deadline, no longer smashing red wine. Though I can hear the bells chime, it feels like the end times. That probably should have been smashed on red wine. But the carnal mind is foolish, obey and end up ghoulish. Don't get used by instinct, take control and learn to use it. Make a load of earnest music, earn a few quid, learn a few tricks. Sure, the truth is persecuted, this whole world is pure abusive. Know a bit about everything and everything about nothing. Figured out my noggin while you picture out shopping. You sit about watching while I dish it out, stop it. I don't mean to sound cocky, I'm not even proud of it. It's a second nature to me, just to be this out honest. I don't even need to sound honest, never been about profit. Everything but out on it, you can bet your house on it. Doubt I'll be out for the count when the sounds, and I'm down for the beat, no beat down. I mean, how long's it been? Help me out. I've been the only one who's held me down. All in the mind, hell freeze now. Still sick with it, healthy how? Few bars down and the world freaked out. I don't reach out, I seek out to speak out. I'ma recount the reasons they beat out. I'm not the way, no way. I have seen the way. Seek, speak, repeat, there's no way.
Hello. Welcome, everybody, to the 509 Divine Pines podcast. I'm your host, Joseph Daniel Pena. It is November 3rd, 2025, episode 259. And I would like to welcome all of you guys to November. Yes. For all the men out there, no shave and November, do your thing. Stay vigilant, man. Hey, if you guys could please like, subscribe, and share. Tell everybody around that this is going down, man. This is the number one podcast on the West Coast, man, where we keep it real and we always stay fresh. And if you guys want, please go check out my sponsors over at chemicalfreebody.com. Use coupon code 509 Divine Pines for all the best products to detoxify yourself, to remove all the nasty chemicals. And yes, it'll help you with weight loss and it'll help you with energy. If you really just feel like there's a lot of stuff and junk in you that you could clear out, this is the company to help you out. All right, man. What we are going to do tonight is we're gonna run this quick, maybe like an hour and a half. It's gonna be some news, just like things that are going on around the nation or around the world, and then I'm gonna run a mini documentary on the secrets of Peru, the tunnels in Peru that are being discovered. You know that I'm big on archaeology and studying our land and the sites and the mysterious nature of these tunnel systems. And so there's discoveries going on right now. All right, let's get into this right here. So we're starting off, and we're gonna run by a lot of these faster than normal, just because like they're pretty self-explanatory. A lot of this is like it's just things that we probably won't see in the mainstream or public. Some of it maybe, who knows? Right here, Broadcom, and OpenAI are partnering to deploy an ambitious 10 gigawatts of OpenAI designed AI accelerators. So, pushing forward the way for AI, computing, robots, algorithms, everything. And I guess with that, we're going to see more people forget things. So, there's an increase of people who use AI and ChatGPT and all these different things in forgetfulness and memory loss. So like short-term memory loss and short-term short attention span, because people are just relying on the AI and Grok and ChatGPT for all their answers, and they're not actually reading the books or like studying it themselves to be able to remember everything. They're just like, get an answer. A lot of people are doing this in school or whatever, work or whatever. So they're just getting an answer and like forgetting things. So I guess, the more AI comes faster, technology and bigger, better technology. Some people are just gonna dwindle with it, but I guess there's also good people out here who are using it for the resourceful ways and applying it to their studies that they already have in person and in real life. So that way you don't really lose track of reality and you're not like just blind, just staring at a screen and getting the answers there, right? You never want to do that. Go forward. So I guess it's just a coincidence that all the places being hit with weather events recently are on the Agenda 2030 list. Let's listen in.
So let me get this straight. A massive, ultra rare, once in a lifetime hurricane slams Jamaica, and the island already has a long term plan on the books, Vision 2030 Jamaica, to reshape infrastructure, cities, and services by 2030? Totally unrelated, I'm sure. Vision 2030 Jamaica talks big. It's a whole vision of how to rebuild and modernize. Just a reminder, disasters unlock budgets, redraw maps, and fast-track projects. But I'm sure they have nothing to do with each other.
Yes, they do have a lot to do with each other, and that's the game plan of these dudes, these elite families who just want to, terrorize the lands and population just because they want to build some new buildings, and they want to make way for their fancy art museums and I don't want to say what else. Anyways, here's ex-Mossad chief admits that Israel planted bombs in most countries on Earth, just like they did with 9/11 and the cell phones.
Equipment. Did you see any surprises in Gaza?
Surprises?
Yeah.
Like intelligence surprises?
Pages, walkie-talkies. Do you know how many treated equipment do we have in these countries? You don't. I do.
Treated equipment.
You mean booby-trapped equipment?
Not only booby-trapped.
And spying?
Manipulated equipment. All right?
In which countries are you talking about?
All the countries that you can imagine.
And not Gaza?
Not Gaza.
Nothing in Gaza at all.
Did you see that? If we had it, we knew something about them coming. Something, right? Or they sold them everything. Just everything. I mean, you can't imagine the quantity. When I have invented that method, that was in 2002 to 2004.
The pager method.
The manipulated equipment method. Okay? We have already used it. Manipulated equipment in Second Lebanon War. Some of the elements were speaking to us.
How did you use it?
That's
a glass of water.
We can get some brandy.
He can tell you, but he didn't.
I know it's an early morning in London. I mean, I don't think that is the case. But how did we do it? I tell you.
Man, that's rough, and they're being honest. There's a lot of that going on with them. And next, so news report: younger generations are outpacing parents in church attendance. Woo! Let's go! Yeah, all glory to God, man. I don't care if you're Catholic or Christian. Christ don't separate. Christ went to like a dozen churches or more, and I believe it's all about the people and the prayer, and uniting together in hard times like this. Next up, JD Vance dropped a bombshell. I don't really trust him, but here, look. He's talking about Palantir, and he's being honest.
Hello, Vice President Vance.
How you doing?
Good. I have a question. Do you condone large private corporations such as Palantir hoarding data caches on U.S. citizens?
No, I don't condone it. And here's the thing. So I get asked about Palantir a lot because there's this internet meme out there that somehow I am super in bed with Palantir. And here's the thing that I'd say about this. Palantir is a private company. They sometimes do a useful service, and sometimes they're going to do things that we don't like. You should be demanding that your representatives do two things when it comes to Palantir or when it comes to any other technology company.
Number one, protecting your data. What's going on with artificial intelligence is going to mean that there are massive inducements to steal your data, to harvest it, and to use it against you to sell digital advertisements. That is not what I believe in, and I've been fighting against it, whether it's Palantir or any other technology company, literally before I ran for office. When I ran for office, I was criticized by Republicans in my Republican Senate primary because I was talking then about Google and Facebook harvesting our data. It's unacceptable. I don't care who does it. I don't want them to do it. Number two, and this is also very important, what's going on with artificial intelligence, we got to be worried about large-scale surveillance, okay? Everything, you asked about Palantir. Do you know that every time you make a credit card transaction, the credit card companies are collecting data on how you spend your money? Do you know that every time you linger over a link on the internet for more than a half second, the search engines are collecting data on you so that they can sell you advertisements? One of the biggest questions for American policy over the next 10 years is how to ensure that you are a sovereign citizen. And you cannot be a sovereign citizen if any private corporation or any government can steal something from you that belongs to you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, well said. Well said. I believe in protection of our internet privacy too, and what's happening with these big time private entities and companies, and man, it's horrible. So this should be on the news right here. So in Poland, they are marching for Christ. Powerful. Remember, some of these European countries, they will chant, they will walk the streets in mass. Like it was that soccer chant where this man, the whole crowd was saying, the president was there at the soccer game, right? What for this nation? I forgot. Man, Albania or something like that. Maybe somewhere along those. Because those mountain ranges, Caucasus mountain ranges, the president was there. So the whole crowd of the soccer stadium was like, send us to war, fight the Zionists. We want to fight the, like, I forgot the exact chant, but like they were singing it in a chant, and it was just like, it was empowering because you could tell the whole society was thinking the same thing. Like, hey man, we're willing to like stand up together and band together because we see a problem in the world right now. Next up, if France is standing up for herself against some Zionists, like, hey, look, man, like, there's good, there's bad. Let's just talk about what is. I'm not here to like destroy anything, but I'm here to tell the truth about everything, right? Like, so the truth matters most. France shot down an Israeli drone in Lebanon, and then Israel tripped out and started shooting, started blasting things, started a whole bunch of stuff. So they're on tension. Well, I'm not gonna play the video just because at this point the news was already about 4 or 5 days ago, so who knows exactly what's happened now. I have not kept up with it, considering that there's been a lot going on. Next up, this is interesting. This is from your local 4 news over it doesn't really say what's county, WDIV, I don't know, maybe Vegas. 2 Muslim doctors were performing illegal surgeries on young girls in Minnesota. Oh, so it's in Minnesota. As part of a Shia Muslim religious practice, security camera footage, tape phone conversation, and testimony of 2 young girls. They were taken to a clinic where they experience unthinkable pain, genital mutilation, because these doctors, these two Muslim female doctors, presented about religion and culture, and that's what they do, and so they would do that to keep them from being sexually active later on in life, and they're doing it for their religious beliefs. So Dr. Fakhruddin Adad, geez, that name is pretty harsh to say. It's a rite of passage ritual. Man, tell you what, it was on the JRE with Mr. Musk. Mr. Musk said something interesting. He's like, any adult who looks at a child and wants to mutilate them, and in any way, should be looked at the same thing as Joseph Mengele and of the Nazis' mutilation techniques, because like they were practicing on children without their consent, and at this point, that's the same thing. And if you're forcing mutilation to a child without their consent, or even like if you're even harming a child, like that should be looked at as some highly illegal, like war crime, like I don't know, like jail time. Like, yeah, it's just, I'm pretty sure these two doctors are now in jail. Yeah, so if it says illegal surgeries, then yeah, they're definitely in jail now. So we're gonna go up. Israeli army launches criminal investigation into the female general who exposed the video of the rape wall of the detainees and the Seder de Haman in Israel. And so it's stupid because, okay, this Israeli woman, prayer to her, because she is she's going to go through the hardest times of her life over the next, I don't know, years. She's on the run. This Israeli general, female, she released the video, and the news station in Israel is taking the side of the soldier, saying the soldiers' rights were violated. The video should have never been released. This woman is vile. Instead of talking about how vile the men are doing this in mass, they're doing this to prisoners. They're doing this to their own. They're doing this to children. I hope that they're not doing it elderly, but I don't know. These guys are sick, and they're trying to cover up their sin because they're Kabbalists, right? These magic practitioners, they're under the spell of dark magic, and they'll admit it too. That like you can ask them over there, and they'll admit it, that they believe Satan is their friend, and that it helps them, because yes, like the sin is taken by him, and you get what you want in their eyes, right? That some of them, that's how they look. And I'm not even playing. You can check out just history of what I'm not even, it's pretty wild. It is really, really wild. It sucks that it sucks that the news for them is taking the complete wrong side. It's not even like you can't even defend that anymore. Like no one can defend that. You're just sick. Man, we're gonna go forward. 3 Wright-Patterson researchers dead. Roswell hangar 18 connection sparks theories. So check this out. October 24th, 2025, this year, 3 Air Force personnel were mysteriously found dead at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, that also has the legends of all the UFO stories and the UFO experiences and science and the technology there. So legend has it, says Hangar 18 houses 1947 UFO and its 3-foot gray alien skin crew. Senator Barry Goldwater asked General Curtis LeMay for access. LeMay refused, never asked again. Now, 3 researchers from classified divisions are dead. First, Lieutenant Gustus studied human performance enhancement. Jamie Pritchard managed weapon systems life cycles. Jacob Pritchard worked in the lab itself. And it is so from what I know, everybody on base is tripped out because they know something they know something's afoot. They know something's amiss. They know something is not right with these three because they're all so. If look, two Pritchards, what are they? Family? Are they married? And the third one is performance enhancement. What is it that they are doing? Some secret high level lab work and genetic enhancement, genetic studies, and they saw or something, or they did something that they shouldn't have, and they didn't want to play ball. It sucks. It is a strange, super strange story. Next up, I'm not gonna show this because it is this is hardcore. So officials released surveillance from last month where 5 Oakland men tried to rob a jewelry store. The owner locked them in and shot 2 of them. The 3 survivors of the robbers were charged with murder because they got their own friends dead. And it is an insane video. I'm not gonna play it. I've watched this, and dude, these 5 guys are idiots. There's a security guard, and there's the store owner, and the store owner and security guard are perfectly safe, and they got themselves in jail for life, and their homie's dead. That's what happens when you're like living with the devil. I'll be here. That's why no one should just live like that anymore. Times have changed. I don't believe darkness is gonna continue on. Like, it's not gonna last. Like, people are dying younger when they're choosing that life. So anyways, next up, Israel forced Google and Amazon to use secret code to bypass global laws. So Israel made Google and Amazon agree to a winking mechanism contract as part of their $1.2 billion cloud deal in 2021, dubbed Project Nimbus. So whenever any of these companies, Google or Amazon or any other company that was working with them, needed to send data to the feds or any intelligence agency within that country about Israel, Israel was given a payment from Google or Amazon, a hidden payment, saying, "Hey, alert! Here's 2 million. Sorry, we had to give the information to the NYPD, whatever, right?" And this was happening. I guess it's happening. Maybe not just in America, but around the world. So they were pretty much getting hints and tips on when they were getting exposed to these intelligence agencies. And like, so let's say America was studying them and trying to figure out the crimes. Well, now Israel has a one up and a head. They have a little hint. So yeah, it's shady. It is a shady deal. This next up. So if you're in Michigan, pull your kids out of school, I guess, or like change state. So the Michigan Board of Education is teaching 3rd graders that they must engage in sex. They are teaching 8 and 9-year-old 3rd graders abstinence is wrong and to engage in sex. So this wicked woman, or I don't know, Michigan Board of Education. Yeah, look. I would not live in that state. I'm be real, and I would not allow my kids in that state with that type of woman at the head. That is sick, and some of these adults need to be in jail, like straight up. Check it out. This is it just keeps on piling up. Another
libels.
For the IDF.
Your curses fail. Miss Albanese, you are a witch, and this report is another page in your spell book. You have tried to curse Israel with lies and hatred, but your poison has failed. Every page of this report is an empty spell. Every accusation, a charm that does not work.
So embarrassing themselves, and because the whole world sees like the truth of them, but they still keep on denying a lot of it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, nothing didn't happen. No, you lie. You like they use their religious advantage that they made themselves. So tell you what, you want to go down the rabbit hole? A lot of that was crafted by the people who are trying to protect themselves while trying to skim out the truth of it. And I'll let you just hang on the thought, because there's even proof that in the Bible it says, watch out for these people who are faking it and hiding behind darker means, right? So if you look in the Bible, like, and you look in these different texts and you just kind of like study things, you can kind of see where some people are the dark force and they're trying to protect themselves. And we can see it now. We can see it now.
Because you are a failed witch. Your words have no power, and your report will have no impact. Every time you try to curse us, the opposite happens. On July 3rd, you demanded sanctions against global companies, including some of America's largest, for working with Israel. 6 days later, it was you who was sanctioned by the United States, not for defending human rights.
Yeah, and you know what sucks is that now our own politicians are having a split. Like there's a huge battle between all of our political. It's not like there hasn't been a battle, but a lot of politicians are separating themselves from these guys because they're like, why are we having to bow down? It seems like we're being made, like some of these politicians are being made to straight up just bow down to these guys. It sucks. So and it's trickling into even this, where the creator of OnlyFans comes from that nation, right? And so we see the biggest degrading app to target youth, target the youth. Men are all on it, to subscribing to everybody. Women are on it and selling to everybody. And
Disney, Walmart, it's not even close. And so just think about the implications. What happens to society when we have an economy built off of getting normal people to do and consume adult content? Well, first we get mass loneliness, where men are dropping thousands of dollars on OnlyFans to just feel some kind of human connection with women. And on the other side, the girls are getting their soul sucked out of them. This particular creator says that she feels dead inside, doesn't feel any attraction to men anymore. Yeah, men and women don't want to have actual intimacy anymore. Look at the numbers. Only 37% of adults are having sex weekly or more, compared to 55% in 1990. In fact, the lack of social connection is more deadly than smoking 15 cigarettes a day, or drinking, or not working out, being obese, and much, much worse than air pollution. And just to top it all off, the #1 donor of AIPAC is the CEO of OnlyFans. Okay, Leonid Radvinsky, the billionaire owner of OnlyFans, according to internal documents, he and his wife pledged $11 million to AIPAC, the most of anyone listed.
I mean, is Iran a bigger threat, or is OnlyFans?
That is a great question, Tucker.
So hear this for the first.
Now, this is now the backbone of the American economy, and this is the guy who runs it, and it's not good. OnlyFans is by far the most profitable company in America. The company generates $156 million per employee. Compare that with all these other companies that we think of as powerhouses, like NVIDIA, the chip maker, or Alphabet, Google, Walt Disney, Walmart. It's not even close.
Hear that? Over the last 5 years, whatever, it's become the #1 profitable country. And where's all the money going to? If supposedly, taxes or revenue from, just the cycle of it, shouldn't America be getting rich? No, it's all going to, you can guess what country in the Middle East. I'm not going to say all of it, because the owner of this company is from the Middle East. And then I'm not going to say what country, because, at this point, like, we should already know. I don't want to seem too, like, against one people, but, like, they're doing it to themselves. They're doing it to themselves. Straight up. Sudan, I believe, is what I'm hearing. Is going to be the next target for these for this whole Zionist push. Because there was a video out there. I don't know, 5-10 years, maybe in the last 15 years. There was one of these generals for these American or Zionist factions, and they're just talking about how they want to take over 7 countries, and the 7 countries that they're liberating are the same 7 countries that we've had problems with since the Middle East. Iran, Iraq, Sudan, Libya, a couple of these others, and it's what they said in the interview. They're like, these are the ones we want to take over, and then boom, like suddenly the news says we're at war with all these people, with all these countries that can't be proven that actually caused anything for what we said they did. But whatever. The FBI stopped the potential terrorist attack in Michigan. So Michigan Halloween arrests are tied to international terrorism. So there was a few people who were arrested, and the chats go between them that they were actually really trying to cause harm, plotting violence to society, to people on Halloween's, random kids, and thankfully it's able to be stopped. Check this out. TP USA whistleblower talking about Erica Kirk.
When Erica Kirk came in as leader, I don't even know how to explain it. The vibe just shifted, like instantly. And then she starts bringing in all these new people, total unknowns. No social media, no LinkedIn, no nothing. It's like they just appeared. Everyone in the office is joking, well, half joking, that they're all spooks. And honestly, it fits. So people start digging around just to see who we're really working with, and it gets creepy fast. Her mom works for some Israeli defense firm, something to do with missile systems, like the Iron Dome level stuff. Her dad literally wrote the book about how to integrate private companies into the intelligence community. And Erica, she loves to brag about her connections. She'll say stuff in meetings like, if I want to know something about someone, I can have it by morning. Mossad doesn't sleep. Then she'll flash that megawatt smile like she's joking. But she's not. Everyone knows she's not. Does she actually work for them? I mean, yeah, everyone thinks so. She's hinted at it herself. And now, the whole office feels wired. Slack channels are dead. People don't say what they're thinking anymore. Everyone's paranoid, like the walls are listening. Maybe they are.
Hey, and the research is being proven over and over. Like I didn't need this interview to know that, and a lot of people didn't either. But this interview it definitely helps paint a picture for everybody out there. Like, she's a shady individual. I'm behooved to understand the deeper nature of Charlie himself, though, because it doesn't seem right either. Was he just a ploy? Did he get, set up, blackmailed or whatever? I don't know. Check this out. So Israel destroyed the mausoleum of Simon Peter, the apostle of Christ, in the village of Shaman in southern Lebanon. It was about 2,000 years old. So guess what, guys? They're destroying our churches. Stand up. We should be standing up. They're doing it on purpose, too. They know where they're sending these bombs. They know what they're doing. They hate Christ. They hate Jesus. They even say it. And I don't like it. And I'm not gonna be quiet about it. I don't care. I support the love of Christ, and I stand up for you guys. And most of the people I know in real life, like, they're Christian or Catholic, and like, to see an enemy want to hurt us, like, yeah, I'm gonna stand up and do my part and be be defensive. Hey man, like, someone has to realize, like, it's not just gonna be one of us, two of us, like, it has to be all of us. Like, we all have to protect. Anyways, Here's from Spaced Out Radio. Shout out Dave. Shout out Dave. Man, I'm always in the chats over there. I love me some Spaced Out Radio. He's from Canada up there. Yeah, man. He's cool. Definitely a cool channel. Always has on great paranormal, spiritual, UFO, just deep conversations about the unknown. And definitely, he goes for hours, man, just like me every now and then. Like it's Dave Scott over there, Spaced Out Radio. So here's the clip with the I don't know who exactly was talking. Oh, it says Nicole Sackage and Courtney March something.
There's also sources of ours, who have said that 2 whistleblowers had gone into Congress and said that there are people who have been harmed, scientists specifically, who were working on certain types of tech, and they were harmed. And Ning Lee was one of them, and Amy Eskridge was the other one that were mentioned in Congress. So that's why we also should know her.
On that note, we're going to...
So right here on the bottom right is Amy Eskridge, and on the top is Ming Lee. And both of those females were sadly killed because they knew too much, I guess, or something. They were part of projects that they weren't cool with or something. It typically works out like that. Like if you get too deep and you don't want to play ball and you're like going against it and you want to talk, like, yeah, they might end up bad, which is why you should never step into deep waters. Just saying, like, I hope you don't, because I don't ever want to lose a friend or anybody I know. And unfortunately, like, to tie it back with a little bit of like the OnlyFans and sex trafficking, like a lot of people out there step into deep waters in that adult industry, and they don't know how to handle it. Next up, check this out. Kash Patel took $5 million from a known Chinese front company, warns top FBI whistleblower. I'm not gonna play the whole video. I'm not even gonna play the video, but there's evidence coming out that Kash Patel's taking bribes. Next up, Archbishop Carlo Maria Vigano was summoned to the Vatican for excommunication. If the world knew what they hide, governments would fall. He spoke out about child trafficking, stolen elections, and global elites. Now he's silenced.
A few weeks ago, an important collaborator of Hillary Clinton, John Podesta, was arrested for pedophilia and child pornography. I'm referring to Slade Summer, a man with ties to the world of Broadway and cinema, who played a role in the effort to debunk the infamous Pizzagate affair. That is, the network, filthy complicity, and horrendous crimes against minors that revolves around the international deep state. We have learned that certainly Jeffrey Epstein and most likely Ghislaine Maxwell were members of the Israeli Mossad. This makes us understand that the famous trips of many well-known people to Epstein Island were used to blackmail them by collecting evidence of their guilt in participating in heinous ritual crimes against minors. And if the heads of state and governance officials of the Western world do not dare to breathe out a word of protest against the massacres of civilians in Gaza Strip, it is legitimate to assume that this attitude is due to the intensive dossier with videos inculpating them that are in possession of the Israeli intelligence services. The same thing must be happening with the preparation of the fake pandemic emergency, which was lavishly replicated in all the member states of the World Economic Forum and the United Nations, and also with the fuss of the Ukrainian crisis. But this blackmail of the powerful of the world constitutes the unifying
Oof. Man, that's pretty serious stuff that he's talking about. There's a strange coincidence going on with the Washington Redskins. So this is just wild. Jaden Daniels and Robert Griffin III's injuries happened in the same stadium at the same yard line, both on second down in the same quarter on the same team. You're right. They both broke bones in their body real bad. Really interesting. Both against the Seahawks, right? Well, there's also something else. Alex Smith and Joe Theismann also had injuries for the Washington Redskins as quarterbacks, just like Jaden Daniels and RG3. So Alex Smith and Joe Theismann also had their injuries on the same day. Very, very much having a lot of coincidences and same similarities. Washington Redskins are probably cursed. We're going to play this real quick.
Morgan, good move by Daniels to get away from the first hit, but even better play by Drake Thomas to stay with the elusive Washington quarterback who's hurt. Jaden Daniels down and in some pain. So Daniels going down right away in this really injury-plagued, nothing going right season for Washington takes another awful turn. Daniels got tangled and the arm just gets pinned. There's immediate concern from the athletic training staff and everybody over there to look after Jaden Daniels. And get a cast out right away and get that immobilized. Dirty is coordinated. Good move by Daniels to get away from the first hit, but
so check this out. Here's Israel dropping a bomb amid the ceasefire. It's like a nuke. It's horrible. Mississippi law enforcement caught working with the cartel to smuggle drugs into America.
It's just a monumental betrayal of public trust. And that's what we're talking about here today. We're here today to announce the indictment and arrest of 20 individuals, most of them law enforcement officers in the Mississippi Delta region. The indictments generally allege the taking of bribes to attempt to aid and abet drug trafficking, as well as associated crimes. The first indictment that I'll talk about involves a conspiracy whereby law enforcement officers and their accomplices are alleged to have agreed to provide safe passage for illegal narcotics and drug proceeds to the Mississippi Delta region, and ultimately on the last of those runs into Memphis itself. And they did this in return for bribe payments, for money. They are also indicted for related firearms offenses and, of course, individual counts related to specific runs throughout the Mississippi Delta.
We already knew this, seems like America and cartels work hand in hand with each other. Mysterious crash reported in the desert outside of Area 51.
Is still in the dark.
So that crash was quickly covered up, both literally and figuratively. 8 News Now Chief Investigator George Knapp thinks the official story, as told by the military, is false.
And we are lucky because George joins us here in the studio with more on what he's now dug up. George.
Well, how quickly might the government respond to a crash of an unknown object? What happened back on September 23rd on public land outside the boundary of Area 51 is a textbook example of how crash retrievals work. And to no one's surprise, pretty much everything told to the public since then is pure fiction.
You can see this in F-18.
Scanners and computers inside this room listen to and record radio traffic inside Area 51 round the clock. On the morning of September 23rd, York Arnu heard some astonishing news.
Had my cup of coffee, and I'm listening to Area 51 security, and all of a sudden, they get very serious. Locked down the base.
Arnu learned there'd been a large but totally secret air operation in the middle of the night and that something had gone wrong.
So we just had an asset go down. We had an asset go down. This is not Creech security, this is Area 51 security. And they had an asset go down. And then the next thing.
Yeah, clear. Also, struck me on is the UAV, unmanned aircraft with ordnance.
He picked up details about strict security measures which were implemented almost immediately. Not only was Area 51 itself locked down, but within a very short time, so too was a large swath of the Tikaboo Valley. It became clear that some kind of craft had crashed miles outside of Area 51's boundaries on public land adjacent to Highway 375, also known as the ET Highway. Arnu jumped in his truck and headed south from his home in Rachel. But while driving on what's known as Mailbox Road, he ran into an armed patrol.
They had the gun in front of them, not pointed at me, but very visibly in front of them. And it was clear they meant business.
He backtracked and headed south on the ET Highway to Groom Lake Road, the main entrance to the base. It too was blocked off by sheriff's deputies and military security. A military helicopter with an attached basket was sitting there, presumably ready to haul out wreckage of something. A pair of porta potties suggested the team planned to be there for a while.
Almost the entire Tikaboo Valley was shut down.
At the Little Ailey Inn in Rachel, employees were in the dark about a crash, but saw the beefed-up security at closed-off roads and knew something big was unfolding. Crashes are not an everyday occurrence out here, but locals have seen plenty of them over the decades.
If this thing would have crashed anywhere in restricted airspace, in restricted area, we would have never known about it.
After being turned away from the presumed crash site, Arnu and the aerospace sleuths on his website, dreamlandresort.com, began gathering and sharing bits and pieces of information. The FAA had ordered the closure of airspace over a particular spot in the valley. That was a big clue. Then 4 days after the crash, the security teams vanished. Arnu went back out for a look. The Air Force had used heavy equipment to plow a dirt road across a section of desert. Arnu followed it and found what he thought was the crash site, then shared it online. That's when things got strange, even by Area 51 standards. A second wave of cleanup crews descended on the site, presumably to pick up any remaining debris, but they also used graders to cover the entire area with a thick layer of dirt, literally a cover-up. Creech Air Force Base, which is home to a fleet of Reaper drones and other UAVs, issued a statement explaining that the, quote, unmanned aircraft was one of theirs. The same statement claimed someone had been tampering with the crash site and had scattered assorted pieces from other aircraft, along with an inert training bomb. The Air Force said the FBI was investigating this alleged tampering at the site. Arnu was amused but not convinced.
The only thing they could get that person for is littering on public land.
That's the story, is it came from Creech and now the FBI is investigating. You think that's bogus?
That's absolutely bogus. I think that was designed to make people not go there.
Arnu drove back out and realized the site he first videotaped was a staging area, not the crash site. 200 yards away, the telltale burn marks on Joshua trees indicated this was where the object slammed into the earth. Both he and another aerospace explorer found pieces of who knows what, debris that came from something other than a drone, seemingly planted to confuse anyone who came looking. But they also found pieces under the dirt that are likely the real thing.
I'm pretty sure that this piece came off the actual aircraft.
Arnu, who was at the site of a genuine Reaper crash years earlier, says there's no way the Air Force could ever recover every piece of a crashed aircraft, so they added some dirt and sprinkled in some misdirection instead.
If I were them, I would probably do just that.
Is there a good guess about what crashed?
No, it seems like every month or every few months now, more things
For several
are
weeks
happening
now
in our
about a
skies. Check this out. This is old. I don't want to play the full video, but this is the description. You can YouTube it or find the news yourself. It was like early in the 2000s. 17 rabbis arrested in New York, or I believe so, for running a crime ring, harvesting organs from living people. They sold kidneys. They sold body parts, and who knows how many they took without the consent, and how many without people alive. Palestinians suffer the same fate over there in Gaza. What's happening in Gaza is an ethnic genocide, but I bet they're taking the bodies. Next up, right here. This I'm not gonna play this. This is that asshole Netanyahu. He's mad about the video being released. The video causes enormous reputational damage to Israel. Well, then don't allow your soldiers to do that. Point blank. Just, you don't want reputational damage, then don't do dumb shit. Like, don't do dumb shit, especially with that star in the background, the star of Molech, the star of Rempon. You guys want to go into something deep? Go into the history of that 6-pointed star. It's much older than these fools. It's come from a satanic cult, like from way ancient days where they worship darker pagan gods. That's where that star comes from. That star never existed for these people, because the only thing that Christ ever wanted was belief in him. He didn't. That's why symbols and idolatries will be their downfall. That's an idolization to them. That star hole, it's idolization. It's idolatry. It's fake. It's a symbol that doesn't represent Christ, because they don't believe in Christ anyways, right? Well, this should say that. Yeah, you can go back into history and see that there's statues and monuments from like 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 6,000, 10,000, 20 with that star, and it's found in the cults who practice some dark magic. We're gonna go up. Check this out. Kash Patel fired FBI Assistant Director Stephen Palmer after Patel received extreme backlash for using taxpayer dollars to fly his girlfriend to wrestling events. So Kash Patel is using our money to fly his girlfriend, little Alexis Wilkins, to wrestling events, and instead of sucking it up when he's criticized, he fires the people criticizing him. The FBI assistant Stephen Palmer. I wonder what he's gonna do now. Stephen Palmer. Oof, man. This next up right here. This is new. A New York City wannabe rapper performs sacrifices a cat to Satan in a music video. So he kills a cat, and pretty sure he's gonna go to jail if that's a real cat that he killed. Well, like if he really killed, you get what I'm saying. Satan's took the heart over a lot of people. Right here, Florida boyfriend who killed pregnant teen for refusing abortion faces death penalty. Yeah, kill him. So he killed a beautiful woman who was about to have a beautiful baby, and instead now this dude's gonna get killed himself because he's a murderer, satanic, lost. Look at that, just like gonzos, just gone in the face, gone. He doesn't even care, And so next up, Sexy Red admits that she sold herself to the devil.
My soul. Said, did I sell my soul? Should I just tell them the truth? It's time for me to just keep it 100 with y'all. Like, yes, they got me in this shit. I don't know. I can't get out of it. I'm getting too much money. I don't want to get out of it. I did. I'm in this shit, man. I'm in this shit.
Yo, she's like,
That's what y'all wanted to hear. Now I'm saying it. They talk about stop playing. Yes, I'm with the Illuminati, yeah. Yes.
I'm out of town, thugging with my round. My coochie pink, my booty hole brown.
What's with the hand signs, bro? Is it every day devil, worship? Is it every day now?
Yeah, they said, did I sell my soul? Should I just tell them the truth? It's time for me to just keep it 100 with y'all. Like, yes, they got me in this shit. I don't know. I can't get out of it. I'm getting too much money. I'm getting too much money.
That's crazy, right? Look at that. That's their attitude. I just like they're getting too much money, and they believe it. They believe that they're they're well. I don't know if they believe they're untouchable, but they believe that they can protect themselves long enough. Because they're getting all this money and they're smart enough. They at this point, when a lot of these celebrities make these type of deals, they actually think they're intelligently smart because they're finding a way to cheat the system and loophole themselves to millions. They're like, all right, I'm genius, I can handle it. And a lot of them just don't know how to handle it or protect themselves. Check this out. Here's another music industry. Here's singer Shane Lynch.
Demonically. That goes. I've been in rooms at the top of the top, which albums are prayed over demonically. Music is prayed over demonically. That goes out to the world, goes out to the radio stations, goes out to the public. And when you see that stuff and know that stuff, it's frightening.
What do you mean by that, Shane, prayed over demonically?
So rituals, ceremonies, everything to bring, to give light to the devil, to Satan. It's a satanic music industry. That's majority of what it is.
Do you mean figuratively, or do you mean literally you've been in...
Literally, yes. If you look at what the music is today, the industry is today, for all your Sam Smiths to your Dojo Cats to your Beyoncés they are so demonic, it's unbelievable. And we can't, it's in front of us. It's
Doja Cat, for real. Like, everybody sees it.
Something that we kind of go, oh, it's just music. But it really isn't. It's absolutely taken over the world, taken over our children, and taken over everything that's coming to the times of world crisis.
Oh man, he's telling the truth. Telling the truth. I tell the truth here. Check it out. Look at this. So here's I never heard of this guy, Lil Tony, but hey, he's speaking the truth.
They have an OD card.
Hey, you had an encounter with the devil?
Yeah, I got booked for a photo shoot. They took me all the way up this mountain. I was on top of the mountain. We finished the photo shoot. They have OD cars. They got a 3-seater McLaren. They got a Ferrari. And I'm asking them like, how y'all get all this money? They like, we do demonic rituals. I'm laughing. No, you don't, bro. I'm like, how you get this money? Don't put me on. I'm trying to get like y'all. Like, no, we do demonic rituals. I say, so what type of demonic ritual? He say, the Illuminati never talk to you. I'm laughing. I'm still laughing at him. Like, bro, you playing a game. Like, he like, bro, no, for real. Leonardo DiCaprio do all the initiation. I'm like, what? I'm like, who is that? What is you talking about, gang? Keep it PG-13. He was basically saying, either you let him peg you or you do oral and you'll get whatever you want. If you want to be the next big actress, next big...
Remember the stories about Diddy now? That's how Diddy would get them to the rise of fame.
Whoever, I can take you to somebody. And all you gotta let them do is just do what they want to do to you. Just for a night. Do some gay, basically do some gay. They doing all this, I'm trying to call my Uber. We on top of the mountain though. So I don't got no service. The people who booked me left. After they leave, I'm in the car with the other dude that they called up to have a photo shoot with me. I get in the car with him in a 3-seater McLaren. On the way up, we go all the way up, like in the swivel, like all the way around the mountain.
Yeah.
On the way down, we take a right. So he not going the same way that we came up. So then that's what I try. I'm like, take me to go get some McDonald's, gang. He said, we not gonna take you to get no McDonald's. We spent all this money to get you up here. This face change, gang. In front of me. You see Venom? Like,
yeah, like
Spider-Man?
Yeah, from Spider-Man.
Kind of like that. Probably about this wide. Face change. I'm like, what the? Like, it's probably about like right here. Like, see somebody morph into something?
Yeah.
It's like that. It threw me all the way off. We in the 3-seater McLaren, so it's like a button you gotta push to get up out of there.
Gotcha.
He smack our mailbox. So now he hit the button and he get up out of there. He hit the button and get up out of there. I see the button, I'm getting up out of there too. I hit the button. Guess what? It's a mailman come out of nowhere. I run up to him, I'm like, hey bro, let me get in the back of your truck. He looking at me like, what the hell? No. I look at him, I'm like, bro, just let me get in the back of your truck. Bro. Like, please, just take me down to the bottom. Please just take me down to the bottom. It was God. He took me down to the bottom. Like, people on camera, you ain't gotta believe me. I don't care. I really saw this.
I believe it.
And it made me, that's what made me know that the devil and God was real.
And you hear it from some of these rappers though, like this is what made them choose God. Like after they experienced a lot of this, they chose God.
Hey, listen, I control shit. You heard?
That So don't why would-
listen,
why would
listen
you
what
get
I'm
it?
saying, bro. Listen what I'm saying, bro. Cause you saying you been in the penitentiary, you understand that.
No, I said
Listen,
I never
let me
pled
finish.
guilty. I said they held me until I beat
so
charges.
you may not understand this. So what I'm saying is I know how to beat blood out of rock. Right? So a nigga can't tell me he gonna give me $100 million to play with my butt. Cause I'm gonna go, 1, I'm not a homosexual. 2, I'm never selling my soul. 3, I don't care if it's $100 billion. I'm gonna get
you
on my
personally.
right.
I'ma
Listen,
get it on my own.
Let me get to the point, bro.
Right.
So I'm gonna get it on my own. A lot of these artists don't be real niggas. That shit you see on the record or whatever they making, they not really solid. They not
That
thorough. They
ain't
never
them,
sold them drugs. They got mommy and daddy at home. They never even been through shit. So
Tiger.
when they get proposition and they see a car, they go, they don't know, don't drink after a nigga. They don't know a nigga going.
They never
and
been
then
in
what
the street,
happened?
they don't know the
Now
rules
look,
that
I'm gonna tell you,
apply.
look, I'm gonna tell you straight, cause I ain't really trying to put niggas out there, right? But a nigga in the studio, we from the hood. I used to stick niggas up, bro. Babyface, I used to book niggas. So I'm always on point, bro. I'm on point right now, my nigga. Always on my square. But a nigga that's a square, he don't know. So he don't know watch your drink. He don't know. So now he drink behind a nigga. He get drugged. They this nigga. They this nigga videotape it. Then when he in the meeting, they give him a shitty contract. They play the video of him getting fucked by like 3 niggas.
Around out here. Y'all, they are fucking niggas around. They giving niggas some shit that ain't even what you think. You fuck around, wake up tomorrow, shit, ass nigga with a footy on, and don't know what the fuck you just did. I mean, real shit. Your motherfucker meat pistol fucked up and your ass hurting. You don't know what the fuck to say. You don't know who to tell. But this is what the game is going to. That's what it's going to. Then, here it is, it's time for a contract to come out. Nigga wanna sign you for 5 years, you like, nah, dog. So you don't wanna sign with us? Nah. Nah. Man, pop in the tape. Show this nigga what he did last night. I'm serious. Dude, this real shit I'm telling y'all though. Pop in the tape. You sitting that motherfucker like, man, what the fuck? Yeah, well, what the fuck? That's what happened. You got fucked. What you gonna do? You gonna sign that contract. You don't want nobody in the hood to see that shit. You don't want this shit to get out, dog.
Hey, remember? Now I'm wondering about that BET interview with Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, where Snoop Dogg is like, "Yeah, man, tell them, about them tape, or someone stole our tapes," and they're like, "What's on those tapes?" And then they didn't really want to say, and they're like, "Some freaky deaky shit," and like, yeah, it just seemed weird, like they were trying to cover up something on some tapes. So Dr. Dre had some tapes about, probably with Snoop Dogg, and that's what Eazy-E was saying about all them, Yeah.
I'm telling y'all, and this is what I'm telling y'all like this. These niggas that you see constantly hot, they're not getting hot because they like to get hot. They're getting hot because they know what they done done, and they can't live with that shit for real. So I'm telling y'all this from me. This is some real shit. This real shit I'm telling y'all.
He ain't never been doing shit like that, so he like, man, what? Fuck it, I'm just gonna sign, and you gonna give me money? So rather than get that story put out, he gonna sign that bad contract, which is the 360 deal. He gonna take that advance, which is recuperable anyway. So they gonna give him the money just to take back and own the rights to his shit.
I'm sitting here with 5 niggas that got the same look like I killed 9 niggas.
Yo,
I give you 5 I'm over here with 5 niggas right here. Every one niggas is like this. Tell me who that was.
The game is ugly, bro. But listen what I said. Hold on. Listen, the game is, bro. Who was it? Listen.
Young Thug. I don't know. Maybe some of these people. It seems like it's some of these Kid Cudi.
The game.
Don't ask them questions. We don't want to know.
Listen, the game. The point is this.
I just want to, so I can go. Yo,
Mav is agreeing. You, that's why. See,
you did that.
But we not. It's funny, but it's not funny because there's a kid right now that's watching this that I'm trying to tell a
That
story.
he got a video with his ass
you
out.
gotta be careful.
No, he could. You gotta be careful.
You gotta be careful.
So he could avoid.
Yeah, straight up avoid the music industry, man. Avoid the main music industry.
When you play with the devil, he doesn't play fair. He'll give you everything you want, all the drugs you want, all the women you want, all the promises, and all the power you want. And when he's done with you, he'll kick the legs out from under you. And that's why you hear rock stars sometimes say, I sold my soul to the devil. Because once you make that trade, he'll give you what you want. But people need to understand that the devil is not sharing his kingdom with anyone. And I was studying all this witchcraft. I thought everything was wonderful. The same spirits that gave me power began to turn on me. I thought I had arrived. The same spirits that gave me power to read cards and astral project and the psyche power. It was as if all of a sudden the same voices that would say this man is committing adultery or this woman steals at work or this girl's going to get married last year when I was reading cards would now say to me, you should die. Said I would walk around with a gun in my mouth. I can remember the metal used to burn my tongue. I would just suck on a gun, waiting for the moment to stop this power that I had entered into, to stop the destruction of my mind.
That's powerful. You know, to hear a woman who, you know, come out like I'm sure she now chose the right side. Check this out. Even the DJ at a DJ who witnessed the horrific tragedy at the concert. So this might have been the DJ at the Travis Scott concert.
That needs to be echoed to show him what you want him to see, that you continue to use him to do what you called him to do in this moment. I heard his testimony, other people hear his testimony, and this is a testimony that we all need to hear, that needs to be echoed as far as you'll have it be echoed. I just pray that you continue to protect him, continue to guard him, continue to cover his family, continue to cover anybody who's on this live, anybody who needs to hear just you, something from you, something that resonates in their spirit. Just use him, use me, use everybody, use anybody who this may even at the minimal just plant a seed in their head. You know, just use us the way that you have us to be used, and just protect us and guide us to where you want us to go, and just fill us with the only spirit that has our good in mind, which is the Holy Spirit, so that we can continue to be blessed and be used by you. What's your real name, bro? Because I see that Diablo on your name.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say it on here.
Oh, okay, well,
I ain't gonna say it. You know, stay anonymous. Yeah, but I'll like I said, I'm just waiting. I'm probably gonna give it a few days, so everybody seeing the username, so I know that's what they typing in, and I don't want to just cut that off, and then people don't know where to find me. So you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let it die down a little bit. You know what I'm saying, and then everybody who knows me know where I'm at. So when I change it, people be like, okay, this is him. You know, they will know my new username. They will know where to find me. So yeah, it's gonna
Yeah, bro. I'm and you leave it on your heart, bro, to do how you move. I'm gonna DM you my number, bro.
Yeah.
If you feel.
So you can hear that this the guy on the bottom, he's having a change in heart, probably because of, you know, it's stuff like this going on in the background. But this DJ right here, DJ Sudden Death, performing demonic sacrifices, mock ritual sacrifices in front of his fans. Some of his track titles are called Demonic Curse, Modern Sorcery, Mind Control, and he's a wicked man, wicked man. This video was going around for a while, so
that's a spell circle.
So this man's talking about the witchcraft on his shirt.
This piece is a spell circle. That's magic.
And he's over there saying, yeah, for sure.
Oh, you engage in magic and witchcraft? How the f do you know that? Oh, you industry people you know what that is. Yeah. I'm not trying to get you in trouble, but this guy's going to hell. How the f do you know that? Well, everyone in your industry knows that. We're gonna have to expose this man. This is a Freemason right here. We need to find a chicken. Whoa! Sacrifice a chicken tonight. Do that fun sacrifice a chicken? What's that? The Brumi Hilda. I know what that is. Exactly.
See, people think that they're playing, but like when it gets to like 2, 3, 4 a.m. and they go out to do some weird shit with some weird people, and you can see it in their eyes. And yeah, it's pretty wild. Right here, this is that video of 607 Unk. saying he sacrificed his son to get out of jail, and people are saying that this is probably a demon in flesh. Just and when they asked, when they asked about it, he's like, "It's all good. I can have another one. Do what I need to do." And it's weird, like he's heartless. He doesn't care. He don't care, and you can see it in his face too. Don't really like nothing phasing him. Like that's gone face. That's a face of a demon right there. In a sense, if he's saying that he's cool with sacrificing his son to get out of jail, like his son actually died. His kid actually died because of him, and that's what he's admitting to. And so all over my Twitter, there's multiple videos, and we're not gonna watch them all. Here's a book, Dark Secrets of the Inner Bohemian Grove. But on the video right here from Greg Reese, it's an interview with a former child star from TV talking about the rituals that they do. And before we get into this next piece, guys, let's go ahead and take a quick 1 minute break or 2 minute, 3 minute break, commercial break. I need to get some water, and we will come back and get into the tunnels of Peru.
Not new, what I do. I've been at it for a minute, pursuing, doing the damage. New, I would do everything that I said I would do. I gotta have it, so goddamn it, I'ma be everything I plan to be. Glad to see money coming my way, believe I'll achieve anything I put my mind to, or at least I try to. I'm avoiding my doom, manifesting my room. Meditate to ease the flow. Third eye open, see the golden energy. It can enter me, get me to feeling full. Forget my enemies, dead to me, yeah, I proceed to go to a new dimension. Gotta mention it's inside a soul. Go inside, fuck the outside. Never tell lies, show pride for belief. Gotta keep the range wide, so instead I just write another hit. Getting fried, rolling up, smoke another blunt for the good times. Good times, bad times makes for the good rhymes. So it never matters, I just learned, no I can't hide. Thank God for every second was birthed with the mind of an ancient soul who's just waiting for the next sign. I'm always watching, vision like a hawk, have 'em flocking. When I drop it, and talking, have 'em knocking. The knowledge that I'm dropping, I'm coming out the noggin, I'm logged in. That's the intuition, nothing wrong with doing what you feel is right. Everybody got this. Usually feel it in the night when I'm dropping knowledge. Never even needed any college, abolish. People telling people what they want, I do not wish control over anybody, do it for the profit. That's the reason that they push it, do it from the cockpit. Cause they got the money, want the money on the mob shit. On the mob shit, but I know they ain't gon' make it, shit is poppin'. At the end of time, new age topics. Revolutionary crusade cross, here we go to a new space. Yeah, we enter in a new place. Louis V on my shoelace, rolling with the blue face. Yeah, I'm wondering what you chase. Just another dude caught up in the rat race. Moving my pace, lot of people looking at me sideways. I chase future preparations, gotta go through my phase till I feel ready to rearrange it. Happen on a daily basis, tripping oasis. When so many people that I can see through their faces and touch, so I'm reading minds, feel like I'm evasive, persuasive. Cause I feel the vibe, manipulation, I'm patient. Yeah, I feel the vibe, then work to change it. Manifestation, blessings is what I'm chasing. Quantum physics, I'm about to take the time and rearrange it. I play with reality, can't feel like I'm basic. Most people shut it down, don't wanna embrace it. Replacing knowledge.
All right. I am back, man. So let's get into this. This is awesome. I am going to play this Ancient Technologies episode 4 from Jay. Oh man, what's his? It's I don't know. His name's here. Jay Anderson. From Project Unity. Sorry. I was looking at the wrong title. Right here, though, there's a few more videos, some shorter videos. to add on to it. So we're gonna play these short videos first. The mysterious tunnels of Cuelep in Peru.
What secrets lie beneath the ancient fortress of Cuelap in Peru? This monumental structure, built by the Chachapoya people, hides a complex system of tunnels that have puzzled archaeologists for years. Believed to have served various purposes, these tunnels may have been escape routes, storage spaces, or even sacred pathways. As researchers peer into their dimly lit depths, new discoveries challenge our understanding of the Chachapoya civilization's advanced engineering skills. Recent explorations have uncovered remnants of ceremonies held within these passages, hinting at a rich cultural history intertwined with the landscape. Will these tunnels reveal more about the lives and beliefs of the Cloud Warriors, or will they remain a mysterious enigma, cloaked in history?
Ooh, yes. South America and Middle America, Central America is having the best discoveries ever. Literally. It's awesome. The amount of research that is coming out. Here, we'll play this shorter video first. Here
in 2025, a major advancement
the tunnels of Sacsayhuaman
in the study of Inca infrastructure was achieved. Using ground-penetrating radar, they have found the tunnel network. At its core, the labyrinth spreads out from a single central tunnel, which connects Coricancha, the Temple of the Sun in the city itself, to Sacsayhuaman, the immense Inca fortress which towered over Cusco. The tunnel stretches some 1,750 miles right under the city. The underground network may have linked various ceremonial and administrative sites within the ancient Inca capital.
And that's just the brink of it. Right here, so...
Earlier this month, archaeologists George Calero Flores and Mildred Fernandez Palomino announced the discovery of underground Inca tunnels below Cusco in Peru. It was announced at a press conference titled Chincana Revealing of a Mystery, and the news was shared across the world. A discovery that has long been rumoured, even expected, but never officially confirmed. Dubbed the Chincana de Cusco by the experts, Chincana meaning labyrinth or place where one gets lost in the native Inca language, the tunnel discovered runs from the Temple of the Sun, also known as the Coricancha Cusco, all the way, which is located around 1 mile away.
Now, recently, remember that there have been tunnels found similar in Egypt from these pyramid type sites to the rest of the surrounding areas. So I'm gonna go on and play this full video, full episode. Shout out Jay Anderson from the Project Unity. This is an amazing thing, and we're gonna go ahead and let this mini documentary episode play. So this is I'm sharing this stuff because it's important information for out there. It's shattering what the History Channel, well, I wouldn't say the History Channel, but let's just say mainstream academics want to say about our ancient past, that our ancient past, we come from cavemen and we were idiots. No. Far from the truth. Beyond far from the truth.
We start our journey in Peru with the most pressing of situations. Excavations of the thick fortress of Sacsayhuaman in Cusco. I was able to spend multiple days with the Chincana Project archaeology team, with exclusive and unfettered access to the dig sites and excavation tunnels that are being worked on as we speak, providing you with never-before-seen high-quality evidence that the secrets beneath Sacsayhuaman are being revealed. When I first arrived in Peru, I was hit quite hard with altitude sickness, headaches, dizziness, a bit of vomiting, fatigue from walking up a few steps. It took some getting used to before I was able to start the work that I came here to do. But the very next day, after some coca tea, I began my gradual, step-by-step trek from the city of Cusco up the winding streets and roads that would eventually take me to the Overwatch point, where you will find the megalithic complex of Sacsayhuaman. I was meant to be meeting the team behind the historic excavations that are taking place right now at this most mysterious of archaeological sites. Now, Cusco itself is a breathtaking place, a veritable safe haven nestled in the Andes Mountains. Homes cascade in layers across the steep gradient landscape. Streets of cobbled stone mark your path, and you can find yourself housed within the labyrinth of alleyways, trinkets of bronze and alpaca wool. Away from the bustling tourist track, the city of Cusco offers a peaceful energy, clean air, striking vistas, good food, and vibrant colors. Aside from the altitude adjustment, it's a place I would happily return to, simply to enjoy the city and soak up its energy. It's also a city pockmarked with the remnants of truly remarkable feats of working with stone. The city of Cusco itself stands testament to a bygone era. As every turn you will find the remains of megalithic stones and precision-engineered walls that have now been incorporated into the modern infrastructure. Peruvians of this mountain refuge are a kind and welcoming people, proud of their history and their heritage. It's not difficult to see why, because this land is home to some of the most impressive megalithic structures in the world. And although there is much debate over their origin and how they were made, there can be no debate over their majesty.
Okay, it's extremely hard to walk up here whilst filming because it takes a lot of breath out of you. But we just see the beginnings of the megalithic stonework, and I wanted to start filming now because we are reaching the top, and as you can see, that's where we're heading.
Now, what can I say about Sacsayhuaman? Nothing can prepare you for the enormity of some of these blocks and the absolute mastery of the stonework on display in these precision-fitted, multi-angle, multi-ton stones. The craftsmanship is at a level beyond artistry. These fortified walls are designed in such a way as to displace kinetic energy across the various interlocking points that connect one stone to the other. This method of precision fitting and interlocking serves a higher purpose than mere aesthetics. It is, in simple terms, anti-earthquake engineering, designed to displace immense amounts of force across the fortification, dissipating the energy throughout the structure. Truly a phenomenal example of engineering nature to defend against nature. The mainstream archaeological arena places the construction of Sacsayhuaman not in the ancient past, but in a period of time only 500 to 600 years before our own, constructed by the Bronze Age cultures of the Inca. Proud and powerful, they showcased an incredible knowledge of agriculture and working with the landscape. However, the Inca kit, one of copper and stone, form of chisels and hammers, falls short of the mastery of precision that we see in Sacsayhuaman and across the Andes region. The joinery between each stone is so precise that in places a human hair cannot be slid between them. The areas that show gaps in the joinery are the consequence of time and force.
Look at the seams. Now you've got to think that this has been here for so long. When it was made, these would have been fitted completely airtight because you see that all across the site. These have sustained damage and have loosened. Still incredibly tight precision fitting.
Something that will become even more evident as we journey across the region and see further examples of destruction where only the sturdiest of fortification elements have survived to this day. Some of the stones used in this anti-seismic fortification weigh in excess of 200 tons. These humongous boulders, quarried from distances requiring miles of hiking across valleys and up mountains, carved, smoothed, manipulated into multi-angled forms and fitted together with exact precision, is a display of logistical, engineering, and material capabilities that extend far beyond the capacities of a Bronze Age toolkit, and force us to question the how, the why, and the when. Stones that appear as if they have been softened, like marshmallows pushed together. We see time and time again across this site the same evidence we see in Egypt.
And again, this is rose quartz granite. How are you scooping it? How are you scooping this incredibly hard material? No, it's not. You can't even see chisel marks. So these are actually, thanks for pointing this out, bro. This is really good examples of the infamous scoop marks that we do find across the world, but are very concentrated in Egypt, most notably on the Aswan quarry with the unfinished obelisk. Look at this. And again, this is incredibly hard stone. The idea that you could scoop out this granite with a copper tool is insane and completely ridiculous.
Smooth dimples, indentations, and scoops were taken directly from them as if they were once soft and something was scraped over it or perhaps pushed against it. As some have argued, these indentations in the stone could be from where wooden planks were leaning against the softened rock as a support, and the consequence of this is a leftover crater caused by the pressure of the support beams. It's an interesting theory, the idea that a lost method of stonework is on display across Peru is not so far-fetched when you see it. Across the megalithic world, a global signature exists that suggests a headsel of construction of rock. They can be found in Sacsayhuaman and across ancient megalithic Peru in abundance. Large ones, small ones, polished ones, they have successfully evaded all attempts to accurately define their purpose or the method through which they were created. The typical mainstream explanation is that these are leverage points for ropes, lifting platforms used for the original movement and placement of the stones. However, they do not exist on every stone. They are often placed in counterintuitive areas, lacking sufficient size or shape to assist in the original moving of the blocks. And they are even found protruding from the living bedrock, which in of itself dismantles the idea that these are lifting points, unless someone wishes to make the argument that these ancient builders were attempting to lift mountains from their foundations. These stone nubs, which again are present across all the world where we find large-scale megalithic stone building projects, are so simple in their presence as to be ignored by the vast majority of tourists who visit these places, and yet ironically they represent one of the greatest mysteries of the ancient stone building world, something that we will revisit in detail in a later episode. But I did not come here just to stay on the ground. I also came here to go underneath it. Here at Sacsayhuaman, a team of archaeologists led by Jorge Calero and Dr. Mildred Fernandez are doing exactly that. I was here to meet them, to document their work, and provide you all with exclusive, high-definition access to the dig sites. The first person I met from the team was Rodrigo Gomez.
Yes, my name is Rodrigo Gomez. I am representing the company Prosec. We are a Swiss company. We manufacture all sorts of non-destructive testing instruments, in this case, GPRs, ground-penetrating radars, for subsurface. I started participating in this project since last year. I first came in November, and since then we've been quite active. We brought one of our instruments. Now he's in charge of the archaeologist. He's been sending information. He's been sending data. We trained him, and now we help him with the post-processing of the data.
Do they have any idea of the depth that these walls go to yet?
Ooh, you see, we've been doing scanning since November. No, they started with one of the radars. A customer had it probably 18 months ago. And the depth it changes because you see, as you can see, this is not a flat place. Everywhere there's a change in altitude, so it's very variable. In some places you can see it's 1 meter, 2 meters, 3 meters, but in some places we don't even know. It's like in this big spot called La Pampa. We don't even know. We've done some excavations with success. Others we have covered. The radar only finds anomalies, which needs a lot of interpretation, needs a lot of analysis, post-processing. So it's quite difficult to really make a decision here. Sometimes we find something what we believe there's an anomaly that it has merit. It might be, I don't know, the Chincana walls or Chincana.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it was just a bunch of rocks, probably an old Inca wall. That's in you can see it from here. There we just found walls, and in some other places we just found rock formations.
Do you think it's possible that there is many subterranean, like labyrinth tunnels, anything below ground?
That's what the archaeologist Jorge believes. We support him, and that's the idea. We have been reading history, and that's what the locals think. So that's the far. He has found the Chincana here, and he has found the Chincana there. Here in Muyucmarca, there in Chincana Grande. And this project is getting more exciting. As you can see, we are getting more traction, more people visiting, people asking. So I'm very excited of being able to participate in this project.
Rodrigo took me up to the summit of Sacsayhuaman so that I could see for myself one of the primary excavation points. Piercing deep into the earth in search of intelligent design below ground. As we arrived, a team of diggers and movers were busy at work, hoisting buckets of earth, stone below ground. Standing above this cut in the earth, I felt the excitement in me grow, knowing that I would soon be permitted to go down there myself. We awaited the arrival of Jorge Calero, and I took some time to absorb my surroundings. This mountainous land, full of broken and bruised remains of huge structural projects, such precision, such dedication and exactitude, it just does not match with what we're being taught. The simplistic Bronze Age toolkit does not correlate with the grandiosity, the scale and precision of these megalithic works. With the arrival of Jorge Calero, it was time for me to enter the underbelly of Sacsayhuaman in search of structure and evidence of intelligent design.
Done. It's worth it. Yeah, it's worth it. Give your helmet to Jay.
Seeing is believing. Wish me guys.
But why here? Why Sacsayhuaman? In order to understand this, we have to understand the name of the archaeological team, the Chincana Project. What is a Chincana? A Chincana is the ancient native word for labyrinth. In Cusco, the term specifically refers to the ancient subterranean passages that local tradition says run beneath the city and its fortress walls. For centuries, legends have circulated of hidden tunnels connecting the Inca sacred sites, most famously the Coricancha, or Temple of the Sun, in the heart of Cusco, with the vast cyclopean complex of Sacsayhuaman looming above the city. Chroniclers of the 16th and 17th centuries wrote of travelers who entered these passageways and never returned, swallowed by a network of darkness said to stretch for miles. There are two Chincanas that are most well known, the Chincana Grande, the Great Labyrinth, and the Chincana Chica, the Small Labyrinth. Both are near Sacsayhuaman's zigzagging megalithic walls. The smaller system is a series of short caverns and crawlways with strange cuts into the rock, a typical hallmark of the region. The larger, however, is tied to stories of immense subterranean corridors reaching deep into the mountain, possibly linking to shrines, hidden chambers, or even an underground route to Coricancha. The Chincana project, led by Jorge Calero, takes its name from this very mythology. Their mission is not to chase folklore blindly, but to apply modern methods, ground-penetrating radar, acoustic surveys, and stratigraphic test digs to see whether the legends carry a kernel of truth. Why Sacsayhuaman? Because this is the nexus of the tradition, a place where report and where the landscape itself, these sulking stones and enigmatic crops, seems to invite the question to find out. Descending into the earth, I meet Jorge at the current terminal point of the underground excavations, and what I was shown was a Although it may not seem like much, what you are seeing here are precision-carved blocks of stone, just as we see above ground. It is the beginning of what Jorge and his team suspect to be a tunnel structure, an entrance into the Chincana. Now collapsing from its original placement, the unmistakable signs of precision craftsmanship are still present, hinting of further structure to be found, which is precisely what the team intends to uncover as they continue this work. It was an eerie feeling being one of the first to lay eyes on these stones in who knows how long, and being forced to wonder about their purpose, how much further they lead, and who is truly responsible for the laying of these subterranean elements. Several smaller scale excavations are taking place at key points of interest around the area of fortifications of Sacsayhuaman. Cyclopean style. We awaited the arrival of Jorge Calero, and I took some time to absorb my surroundings. This mountainous land, full of broken and bruised remains of huge structural projects, such precision, such dedication and exactitude, it just does not match with what we're being taught. The simplistic Bronze Age toolkit does not correlate with the grandiosity, the scale and precision of these megalithic works. With the arrival of Jorge Calero, it was time for me to enter the underbelly of Sacsayhuaman in search of structure and evidence of intelligent design.
Done. It's worth it. Yeah, it's worth it. Give your helmet to Jay. Seeing is believing. Nice. I wish you were nice.
But why here? Why Sacsayhuaman? In order to understand this, we have to understand the name of the archaeological team, the Chincana Project. What is a Chincana? A Chincana is the ancient native word for labyrinth. In Cusco, the term specifically refers to the ancient subterranean passages that local tradition says run beneath the city and its fortress walls. For centuries, legends have circulated of hidden tunnels connecting the Inca sacred sites, most famously the Coricancha, or Temple of the Sun, in the heart of Cusco, with the vast cyclopean complex of Sacsayhuaman looming above the city. Chroniclers of the 16th and 17th centuries wrote of travelers who entered these passageways and never returned, swallowed by a network of darkness said to stretch for miles. There are two Chincanas that are most well known, the Chincana Grande, the Great Labyrinth, and the Chincana Chica, the Small Labyrinth. Both are near Sacsayhuaman's zigzagging megalithic walls. The smaller system is a series of short caverns and crawlways with strange cuts into the rock, a typical hallmark of the region. The larger, however, is tied to stories of immense subterranean corridors reaching deep into the mountain, possibly linking to shrines, hidden chambers, or even an underground route to Coricancha. The Chincana Project, led by Jorge Calero, takes its name from this very mythology. Their mission is not to chase folklore blindly, but to apply modern methods, ground-penetrating radar, acoustic surveys, and stratigraphic test digs, to see whether the legends carry a kernel of truth. Why Sacsayhuaman? Because this is the nexus of the tradition, the place where reports converge, and where the landscape itself, with its colossal interlocking stones and enigmatic outcrops, seems to invite the question, what lies beneath? Well, that's what we're here to find out. Descending into the earth, I meet Jorge at the current terminal point of the underground excavations, and what I was shown was astounding. Although it may not seem like much, what you are seeing here are precision-carved blocks of stone, just as we see above ground. It is the beginning of what Jorge and his team suspect to be a tunnel structure, an entrance into the Chincana. Now collapsing from its original placement, the unmistakable signs of precision craftsmanship are still present, hinting of further structure to be found, which is precisely what the team intends to uncover as they continue this work. It was an eerie feeling first to lay eyes on in whose wonder about purpose, how much they lead, and who is truly responsible for the laying of these subterranean elements. Points of interest around the exterior fortifications, and what we discovered is these cyclopean walls descend further down for a sufficient amount of time for significant earth buildup to occur around its base, once again inviting us to bring the timeline further back than the Bronze Age Inca. And we're not unjust in this observation, because the weight of evidence from indigenous and oral traditions, as recorded by early Spanish chroniclers, consistently indicates that the native peoples of Peru did not attribute the most impressive megalithic constructions to the Inca Empire. Instead, they preserve detailed accounts of earlier builders, whether described as viricocha, giants or divine and supernatural beings who possessed advanced knowledge of stone construction and created these monuments in pre-Inca times. These indigenous accounts, supported by archaeological evidence of multiple construction technical analysis showing capabilities beyond the Inca Bronze Age technology, present a compelling case that the most sophisticated megalithic architecture in Peru represents the work of predecessor civilizations that the Inca encountered, inherited, and built upon, rather than structures they created from nothing. The consistency of these accounts across different regions and different chroniclers suggests they preserve authentic historical memories of Peru's more ancient architectural heritage. We see evidence of Inca period stonework across Sacsayhuaman and the Andes region that makes far more sense for the Bronze Age toolkit we assign to them. Rough cut stone walls, fitted together less so with precision and more so with practicality in mind. They used mortar as binding agents, and they incorporated discarded megalithic blocks that were feasible for them to maneuver. We see this all across Peru, the incorporation of megalithic blocks into simple building designs as keystones, but we do not see sizes going beyond the logical means of a Bronze Age culture. We see exactly what we would expect to see from such a culture, a more simple, easily erected and practical design that would be sufficient for fast empire building, but exists as a bold and stark contrast against the megalithic landscape. The difference between the stonework is night and day. Once again, the mainstream interpretation for all of the stonework present in Peru is that this is the work of the Bronze Age Inca, and that they simply had different stone building styles dependent upon the importance of the site. Now, this makes sense as a surface level argument, but we're not here to glide on the surface, we're here to dive a little deeper. And when you do this, you begin to see the problem with that narrative. We see multi-ton blocks of rose granite thrown across hillsides as if they were Jenga pieces. We see vitrification of stone that appears glass-like. We see the signs of ancient degradation far beyond the timescale of the Inca. And yet, those simple structures made of rough-cut stone and mortar structures, they are, for the most part, still standing. And for the most part, they are largely intact. We do not see signs of massive destruction. We do not see evidence of simple structures decimated across the landscape. In fact, we see them standing right next to destruction, adjacent to multi-ton blocks toppled across hillsides and half submerged into the earth. We see these simple stone buildings. How can these more simple structures have evaded the same forces that caused their far more advanced, anti-seismically engineered, megalithic counterparts to induce so much damage and destruction? Surely we cannot be saying that these simple buildings were present during the same time period when these larger fortifications sustained their damage, because that doesn't make any sense. However, that is what the mainstream archaeological narrative maintains to this day, that all of these structures were built around the same time period, by the same people, with the same toolkit. Does that make sense to you? We will go even deeper into this issue in a later episode, but for now, let's return our attention back to the Chincana project and the excavations underway. There is another area of interest for the team, another potential entry point into the fabled Chincana. A short walk away from the main fortifications of Sacsayhuaman is an area that is no less impressive, a minefield of boulders with strange and extremely precise cuts running through them, as if a giant had taken sandpaper to them. Niches that almost resemble staircases. All across this area of Sacsayhuaman, you will find these jagged boulders and bedrock extrusions, as if they were a smaller piece of some colossal temple, the shattered remains of which found themselves embedded into the earth. The precision is just as puzzling as the purpose. What tools would be required to achieve this, and why was it done to begin with? Strange cuts, niches, archways, stairways, and platforms, cut, carved, and formed with incredible precision, directly into living bedrock, for reasons we still do not understand. It is in this strange maze of boulders and precision cuts that a suspected entranceway into the Chincana exists. The team are still busy as we speak in excavating this system. They found colonial treasures from the days of the Spanish conquistadors, pottery, coins, and crucifixes, indicating that this was also an area of interest for those early Spanish tomb raiders and treasure hunters. And so they will continue to excavate in the hopes of discovering what they suspect to be beneath the earth. And with the assistance of ground-penetrating radar, they know there is something to be discovered beneath the ground in this particular area. It's simply a matter of time and energy.
La linterna, pásame por favor, hijo. Sí, la negra.
It was a unique privilege to spend time with this team, to document their ongoing work, and to be one of the first humans to join them underneath the historic site of Sacsayhuaman. This is just the beginning of my own journey across this region. I have so much more to show you.
This is absolutely incredible. And this is deep inside the rock.
In here. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate all of you guys. If you guys could like, subscribe, and share, tell everybody around that this just went down. We are out for the night. Be blessed. Be high. See you guys next time on the 509 Divine Pies podcast. Peace.